All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. Say, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. And we give double honors to our apostles and elders, which are the apostles elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. 2025, which is the hopeful year about deliverance and the judgment and destruction of Esau. Let's jump right into this video. The title of this video is going to be called "The Wicked is a Parasitic Disease or Infection." All right, because what you see happening now is that the earth itself is fighting back because it's sick. All right, because the wickedness of the earth. That's why the Lord said, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, those days will not be shortened. All right, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, or there should be no flesh remaining. All right, and the thought came to my mind is that's exactly what they are, because they have more than what heart could wish. That's what the scriptures say. It tells us in Psalms that they're fat, but the mentality is that they keep eating and taxing and oppressing, and it's going to get worse. The time of Jacob's trouble is just going to culminate with everything that they've been preparing, from the 5G technology to the food we eating. I shared a video about the particulates, the plastic, because they could use alternative means of putting water and different things in, but they know that those things are coming in our bodies and going in, especially with the fluoride, and having that fluoridation of our water and having these things that affect. Why are they trying to affect especially when it comes to the pineal gland? It's cutting off or severing from the antenna. Just like when you had the old TVs with the tinfoil, you had to adjust it to get the signal. So the same thing with your pineal gland, you have to adjust it to get that signal. But the main point here is that this is a parasitic infection, because if you see what they're really into, they're not into anything constructive. They're not into anything that is life-bringing. They want to make sure population control, but there's enough room in the earth to fit a whole bunch of people, and especially in the time of the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be grown. It's going to be bigger. All right, the Lord said He's going to enlarge the earth, so they have more than hearts could imagine. Why they keep doing it, just like a parasite. So let's go ahead and read this information. This is a parasitic disease overview. It says parasitic disease, also known as parasitosis, or infectious diseases caused by organisms that feed off their host while harming it. And that's exactly what you see. While harming the earth. The earth is hurt, man. The topsoil, I think the last time I checked, it was about 40 to 50 years left of topsoil. The mining and all these things that are being done to the earth itself, the poisoning, the fracking, that's a big thing. That was around in the time of Trump's first so-called presidency. They were doing a lot of fracking. If you look up how fracking works, is they pretty much crack the earth to allow so-called oil to be pumped out. But let me keep reading this. I can pull that up here shortly, but let's stay on topic. And it says, infection disease caused by organisms that feed off their host while harming it. They are prevalent in warm and humid areas, in tropical, tropical, and temperate regions. Parasitic diseases can be contracted through contaminated food or water, bug bites, or sexually contact. That's why you see, and that goes into what is fornication. All right, the things that it says the nations were mad, because going into Esau's way of life, it destroys their way of life. Look at all the things that have been broken down with family morals, the nuclear family. All those things have been broken. They've been put down into a damn near, it's not even considered anymore. People just doing as you will, and that goes back to Aleister Crowley. All right, which was a known Satanist, which he was a practitioner in it. It wasn't, you do your research on the guy, he dubbed himself the wickedest man of his generation, okay? Because that goes back into what? Malachi, all right? It says the border of wickedness, and it says they are prevalent. Let's keep going down. Let's see here. It says parasitic infections are disease caused by organisms that live off the other another living thing, and that's what the earth is. It's living. It's alive, man. That's why the Lord said He called this place Eden, all right, paradise. Once you see the fullness of the planet Earth, you can see that it's paradise, man. But the way that it's been run, it's just like bad management. If you have bad management in a company and you have things that are not working, then the company's gonna go down, man. So the same thing with the earth. It has to be ruled. And what's the guidelines? Is the law. That's why the law was in place. That's why the Lord said He's gonna make the law honorable. And I'll pull that scripture here shortly. And it says parasitic infections are disease caused by organisms that live off another living thing. They can cause fever, fatigue, and that's the earth is sick, man. Intestinal symptoms, skin rashes, and neurological symptoms. You can get them from contaminated food, water surfaces. We brought that out. Parasitic infections are any illness or condition caused by parasites living and reproducing in your body. So it's producing on the earth. And how do you say that? Because the same thing where it says the nations are mad. That's a reproduction in their nation. And you got Pink City, you got the trans former movement, all these things that are reproducing themselves. But then you're having the mentality, which is the worst part of it. You have that mentality of, oh, do what you want. No family, kids are being taught whatever under the sun, and it's reproducing itself. All right, the law, you can't even pretty much say the Bible in schools anymore. That's like in my time you couldn't say it. Now it's even worse. I've known kids to get in trouble by speaking about the so-called the Bible, the Messiah, in trouble. It's almost more than taboo. It's almost like a red light, but you can do anything else you want to. That's why you see a lot of violence and a lot of lack of value of life when it comes to these kids that go in there and shoot up the school. And instead of working things out and having morals, there's no morals there, so they don't have nothing to lean on. So it's ruled by emotions. Do what you want, and then if something upsets you, just go take care of it, man. And then you have violence that is propagated throughout the earth through movies, different life choices. All these things are moving towards that goal of what? That reproduction of that parasitic ways, right? The wicked love death, man. They love the left-handed side, spirit cooking, and all these things. And what's another fruit? You should tell a tree by its fruit. Look at Diddy, man. Diddy's a fruit of the industry. He didn't just pick that up on himself and he was just having these high stake parties. No, they were all involved in it. They were all what does it say? They were eating of that apple. They were eating of that fruit. They were getting down, and then it got out. Same thing going back with not Weinstein, but the other guy on the other island. They were all playing these little weirdo games because that's the fruit. As the ruler, so is the people. So Diddy was a fruit of the society we see today, and he said he was date raping dudes, man. The guy was a real maniac, man. He was date raping dudes. I think a bodyguard came out and he said he just gave him a drink. Next thing you know, Diddy did his diddly thing, man. So this is corrupt, man. It's not something that you need to lean on. But the main point is, as parasitic are organisms that need another living thing. Parasites are organisms that need another living thing. They can't. That's why they keep Jake in captivity. It says refuse to let them go. Why is that? Because they feeding off of Jake's energy. That's why you see the NFL, you see these sports things, you see the inventions. They're feeding off of Jake, and then also feeding off the earth itself. And it says living thing, a host to get the nutrients they need to survive. So without Jake, it's gonna fade away, man. They need that energy and that pizzazz. Look at basketball. At one time, basketball was a Edomite sport only, man. There was no Jake playing it. Nobody wanted to watch that. It was dead, man. It was dead. But then, as soon as Jake got in there and put his energy and put his charisma in it, it took off, man. Baseball, when they had the Negro, they mixed the leagues because the Negro League was popping, man. All right. It says nutrients they need to survive. Parasite infections often cause intestinal illnesses and symptoms like diarrhea. And I mean, you see the symptoms on Earth. It's shitty going on, man. Homelessness, fentanyl overdose, fentanyl epidemic, heroin epidemic, drug usage, prostitution, and the list goes on and on. Those are symptoms of the disease, man. All right, but the real cause is the wicked, the those in the darkness, man. All right, hold on, let me see here. Hold on, where it says. Watch this. This is Proverbs 4 and verse 16. NLT, it says, "For evil people can't sleep until they have done their evil deed for the day." That's, come on, man. You can't make this up. They can't rest until they have caused some to stumble. All right, Amplified version. "For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall." And what's the somebody? Is you Jakes, man. That's why it says the accuser of our brethren is cast down. All right. This is Psalms 36 and verse 4. Let's pull this up real quick. Hold on. Salakia. Psalms 36 and verse 4. In this NLT, it says, they lie awake at night, hatching sinful plots. Their actions are never good. They make no attempt to turn from evil. No attempt. They don't. It's nothing to them, man. It's nothing. Everything under the sun. That's why Aleister Crowley said that he was the most evil man in his generation. He walked backwards. He pushed magic. He was in communication with demons. All these things. He pushed that, man. Because there was a time where the so-called spirit world was very respect in the open. So they put it in the back. They're still doing spiritual things on the left-hand side, but they're cutting off the right-hand side to their knowledge or their perception. They're trying to cut it off, but it's grown. It's flourishing in us, man. This truth has shown the light into the earth. That's why it says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." We ain't doing this on our own accord. Our lives are not ours, man. We're being moved towards the greatest goal, which is the saving of the earth. Because if it doesn't happen, the Lord is going. He said he'll smite the earth with a curse. All right. Let's read this one more. Let's read. Let's go back. This is Malachi 2 and verse 1. NLT. It says, "What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn and hurry and carry them out." That's where you have the who. You have the they say Illuminati's just been watered down. It's become a controlled opposition word, but the real Merovingian family, okay, the ruling class of this world that controls a lot of shit, all of the resources, all of these companies, BlackRock, Vanguard, all these things that are being controlled by trillionaires, billionaires, man. All right, they know what's pushing those that control the food label, what goes in your food, your water, all these things are being orchestrated. You see that? Malachi 2 and verse 1, it says, "What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans?" So the Lord's saying, look, sorrow coming, man. You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out simply because you have the power to do so. And what is power? When it said money is power. So those that control the saying, it says, "I care not who makes the laws if I have control over the money." So the Rothschilds are deep. The bank owns everything. If you look at it, nobody really owns anything because you have to get a loan for it, and then you're paying those monthly payments But if you come short of those monthly payments, then you can get repoed, you can get dealt with. So you really, we all own the bank own everything, man. They're the ones with the true power, the true juice. So they're the ones that this is would be speaking about. They have the ability to do the things that are unlawful. Okay. Let's keep going. See what these precepts bring up. 1 second. This is Isaiah 57 and verse 20. It says, but those who still reject me are like the restless sea, which never still but continually churn up mud and dirt. And that's what 2/3 of Jake is, man. They keep spewing out the BS that tries to confirm this world and tries to lean on the dogma that's been pushed out. Man, come on, man. This truth is solidifying itself. People need change. People need hope. People need that movement, man. And that's what's happening now. That's why the truth is flourishing. That's why it says that it shall be published into the four corners of the earth. Then the end shall come. Yeah, we're in the time of that end now. So read it again. This is Isaiah 57 and 20. It says, but the wicked are like troubled seas when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. And that's what you see. Everything that comes out of this is to break you down and to take away the connection when it comes to the spirit. And I'm talking to you Israelites. The rest, hey, you do what you want. All right. This is Isaiah 59 and verse 7. It says, their feet run to do evil. They rush to commit murder. They think only about sin. Misery and destruction always follow them. Because Jake was that's why it says we taught the wicked our ways. But when you look at the broad spectrum now, who's this speaking about? Who's this touching on? Is these elites, the ones that are that parasitic infection on the earth, and what causes, what are one things that can cure parasite infection is heat. Okay, let's look that up real quick. Heat. See? Yes, heat can kill parasites, probably cooking food on high. So the temperature. So that's why it says that the fire is coming, man. That judgment is gonna burn the what does it say? The symptoms and the parasites, man. So that's why the fire is being used in these times, because the earth is being ravaged with it, man. It's untold the things that are going on that we don't know about. One of the things we do know about is like it's shocking, but the things we don't know, that's the real kicker, man. Okay, that's the real kicker. Let's keep going back. This is Job. Birds going in. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Let me pull this up. Hold on 1 second. This is the book of Isaiah 24 and verse 5. And it says, the earth is also polluted by the inhabitants because they have transgressed the laws, violated statutes, and broken the everlasting covenant. Because the parasite don't care what the body wants. It don't care what the best thing for the body is. It just needs to eat. It needs to survive. It needs to gain nutrients however it can. It's not worrying about the welfare of the host. Okay, so the earth is being hosted by the parasitic infection of wickedness and sin, and it doesn't care. Okay, and it says, this is verse 6. Let's pull up Isaiah 24 and verse 6. It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men's left. And that curse is that fire, man. All right, the Lord is going to smite, and he's going to judge that fire, the things that are coming down because of the unrighteousness that have been done, man. All right, this is the book of Job 9 and verse 24. This is a classic scripture. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, so that they are blind to justice. And that's the cure. That's the health. Having The law, statutes, commandments in effect, that's the bomb. That's the medicine. Just like when we as a nation in the time of Solomon, we had peace. When things were being ran in order, we had peace. We flourished. That's how it nature shows you. Once you've been nourished, you've been given the right nutrients, the vitamins, and the right minerals, you flourish. Water, likened unto the truth. Food, that's why the Lord kept making comparisons unto things that we could relate to. But now when you see it under the rule of sin and wickedness, it's dying, man. It's shriveling up. That's why the salvation is coming on a wide scale, not just to save the people, his people, the Yasha Allah, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's to save the earth also, man. All right. So we in heavy times, beautiful things. I just had to bring that out. The parasitic infection, I found it, and it's very spiritual that the Lord has have Esau being able to even know these things exist, because we can see it on the left-hand side that it is an infection, and heat cures those things, okay? So with that, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakudash. Until next time, I say Shalom, and more, not never keep faith. Shalom.